Route2TV.square.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Money with Laura Saunders, a name you can trust. With over 20 years of real estate experience and selling over 150 homes a year, Laura Saunders is the #1 Remax agent in the state of Florida for 2021. Join us each week as we discuss how to make money through buying and flipping homes, to renting versus selling, and everything in between. To join the conversation, call in live. 888-994-4995. Studio A.
Hi, and welcome to Making Money with Laura Saunders, and I am your host, Laura Saunders. Every week, we take a little time to figure out a way that I can help you to make more money. Maybe it's not always specifically in cash or dollars, but a way for you to save some money, make some money, do something that's going to make your life better. So today, what we're going to talk about is how you can make 5% interest on your money and not tie it up. The worst thing is when you put it into a bond or into some kind of a CD and you have to get it tied up for 6 months, a year. Today, we have a bank that's revolutionizing the banking industry. We have Jill Saunders, not Sanders, Saunders with Newtek Bank. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Newtek, because I had never heard of them before.
Okay.
And I know that I've known you for several years now. Can I talk? I haven't even drank yet. And I know that you went to go work for this bank a few years ago, and they were kind of small, and they're growing.
Newtek is 24 years old. We are publicly traded. It started in Manhattan. The CEO of the company is Barry Sloan, and I've been with the company since 2018, so it'll be 5 years in
Oh my God, time's
December.
flying.
The bank is a new entity for Newtek, and our whole goal is to try to help businesses lower their cost of doing business.
Okay.
So the bank became official in February. We have an actual branch in Manhattan. There's a branch in Miami, but it's basically a virtual bank. We're offering great rates on both business and personal savings accounts. The key to Newtek Bank is that when you talk to people about switching banks, you ask them if they know who their banker is. Who's your person at the bank? And 99% of the people will say, I don't know. They've had relationships with other major banks for years, but they still don't have somebody to talk to. With Newtek, you're going to get a specific person, 24 hours, 7 days a week, that you can contact either on your app or by phone or by text or by chat. So if there's an issue with any kind of an account, they will be there to help you. And nobody in the industry is doing that right now, and we're pretty excited about it.
So I'll kind of go back and tell you a little bit about my experience with Newtek. So back in 2020, when we went through this horrific pandemic, Jill was so great to bring up to us the loan, the personal, with the
PPP loan.
How can I forget 3 Ps? PPP loan. So when I tell you, I called my regular bank, and then Jill on a Zoom call, because we weren't meeting together in person, said, hey everybody, like, we're doing PPP loans and we're gonna help you personally get you through the PPP loan. Not only did they follow back up with me 2 years later to forgive the PPP loan, they were on top of it to make sure, because a lot of people did a lot of illegal things with that PPP loan, and you really wanted to be forgiven for it. And if you didn't do the right paperwork, the government's coming for you. And let me tell you, the government's losing paperwork left and right. I can't even tell you what I'm going through for, like, you know, my taxes. It's like, you don't keep good records, like, they're going to get you even if you did what was right. So, you know, I know that you guys were amazing when it came to the PPP loan. I also know that you guys will come in. You will assess people's credit cards, tell them if they're paying too much, right?
Yeah.
And if you think that you can't do a better job than who they're already using, you're going to tell them,
Absolutely.
Stick with who you're with.
Absolutely. We have over 14,000 merchant accounts, and we just came out with a brand new premium feature for our clients that a lot of people are getting next day funding, and we just opened up instant funding.
So tell us a little more about what instant funding is.
Instant funding is if, let's say, a garage mechanic takes in $5,000 in the morning with credit card sales, he can take 90% of that money, and with a little switch in his system, he can have that
transferred into his account,
into his bank account.
Oh wow,
that same day.
That's really cool.
So it's something that.
So where if you were using, like, let's say, another credit card processor, how long do they typically have to wait?
A lot of people are getting next day funding, but typically somebody new would have to wait 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
But the norm is next day funding.
I mean, that's with all credit card processors, though?
Basically.
Okay.
It really depends on your credit. They may make other people wait a little bit longer to make sure things clear. But the basic is next day funding.
Okay.
But having instant funding, you get these mechanics who need to buy $5,000 worth of tires today, and they just don't have the cash.
Right.
And this instant funding will allow them to do that.
Okay.
So that's something
That's
brand
awesome.
new that we're rolling out on. That's
Right.
a project I'm on today.
So you guys, have the credit card processing. You guys have
Payroll.
Payroll. So that's another thing. So a lot of people use other companies to do payroll. What makes you guys special versus using the typical companies that everybody knows of?
Well, our uniqueness is that we assign an account rep to each account, and they, again, will have access to that person 24/7. We are traditionally 15% lower than the big boys. I won't say who they are.
Yeah, we won't use their names.
But right off the bat, I know I'm going to save you money. And our software is phenomenal. You can access that in any place there's an internet. You can have your employees log in. You can have everything done with just a switch of a button. And you can have your payroll, whether it's every week or it's bi-weekly. The cool thing about Newtek, we're working on Newtek Advantage. The more services you have with us, you'll be able to see it on a dashboard. You'll be able to see your payroll account. You'll be able to see your bank account. You'll be able to see when your loan is due, all on an app, either on your desktop or on your phone. And it gives you transactional capabilities, and it gives you relationships with each division that you have a service with. So you have somebody at your fingertips 24/7 to help if there's a problem.
So what I found is that would, because I don't particularly care for doing all this stuff online, but I took the Newtek app with your help, and I can transfer money back into my other account, and then that way it's a local bank. But in the interim, I can put my money over into Newtek, which is FDIC insured. So if you're wondering, like I said, you can do 5% on a personal account.
Yep.
And then you can do 3.5% interest on a
Business
checking account. So you don't have to tie your money up, and I think that that's like pretty good.
And then the cool thing that there are no fees. If you want to transfer money back and forth, there are no fees. There are no setup fees. There's no minimum. There are just no fees.
Right. Well, there's so much more, and I know you guys have more services, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to go to commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about all the other services that you guys have, which is still a lot of stuff. So we'll be right back with you guys.
Thanks.
Whether you're buying, selling, refinancing, or building your dream home, you have a lot riding on your loan specialist. Max Fish, a top 1% mortgage loan officer in the nation, will give you a same-day qualifying quote. Max Fish is committed to providing his customers with mortgage services that exceed their expectations. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. Contact Max Fish today at 954-729-6933 or max.fisch@nwmcorp.net.
At Title Brothers LLC, our mission is to give you the best closing experience anywhere in the country. Founded in 2020 by Adam Lohman and Josh Wiseman, Here at Title Brothers, we're your one-stop shop for residential real estate, title insurance, title and escrow services, real estate closing, and due diligence services. While primarily located in South Florida, we also host dozens of closings throughout the state and even electronically as requested. To contact the Title Brothers, call us at 954-995-4988 or visit our website and get a quick quote today.
You have been watching Making Money with Laura. For more information, contact Laura Sanders at 954-650-0827 or visit her website at lauraess.com. And now back to the show.
Hi, and welcome back to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. So if you do want to call in, I believe you can call in on the 1-888-994-4995 if you want to call and ask some questions about the bank. Also want to thank our sponsors, Max Fish and the Title Brothers, for their support and sponsorship. If you're thinking about sponsoring a show and you really want to get your information heard and be able to utilize these kind of shows to make money, give me a call at 954-650-0827. Or if you want to use one of the best realtors around that I know, yeah, Laura Sanders, again, give me a call, or you can find me on the web at www.lauraess.com. So welcome back, Jill.
Thank you.
We're talking about Newtek, and let me just tell you about Newtek. There's so many great things. I think the most thing that I'm excited about is the 5% interest. I think that's awesome. However, Jill's been so helpful. I mean, you get a lot of service there and a lot of personal service. They have a lot of employees. As far as having locations, not a lot of locations for you to walk into, but that's okay. Everybody doesn't want to come to work anyway, so why would you want to walk into a bank? I mean, I've been trying to hire employees and people are like, is this remote? So your bank's remote now too. Another thing that I knew that you guys had is you guys do the small business loans. So
Yes.
that's something else that I think a lot of people would be interested in, especially people want to start, like you said, like a tire company or something,
Absolutely.
anything.
We are the second largest SBA lender in the country, and we deal mainly with the SBA 7A loans, which is a term loan that you can have terms anywhere from 5 years up to 20, 25 years, depending on how it's set up. The interest rate keeps going out, so everybody's a little nervous, but we also offer something unique. It's called a microloan. A microloan you can have in 2 to 3 weeks. All you need to qualify for a microloan is in business for 1 year, be cash flow positive, have a credit score of 700 or better, and you can qualify for a microloan. And it takes 2 to 3 weeks. So it's an easy way to get cash. I tell people it's better to have it and not use it than need it and not have it. So if they can qualify, we can do that for them. Excuse me?
Why is it called a microloan?
Because you can only take up to $50,000 with an SBA loan. You get the 7A loan. You can take up to $15 million.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a big.
So what is the interest rate looking like on a microloan?
They're all 11 and a quarter. It's not a
Okay.
secret that.
No. Listen. If you're getting, because it's not secured, is it?
It's a government-backed loan, so
Okay.
it's 11 and a quarter. It just went up, and it's not Newtek raising the rates; it's the federal government. So everywhere you go
I understand.
for
Yeah,
for an
everything's
SBA
pretty
loan. Yeah.
streamlined.
Yeah.
So then, what's the difference between the microloan interest rate and?
It's the same. The
they're the
interest
same.
rate is the
Okay.
same. The microloan, it's a 10-year term. The nice thing about either loan is that if you should hit the lottery in 3 years and you want to pay it off, there's no penalty. So it doesn't cost you anything to pay it off.
Don't use your $50,000 to keep buying lottery tickets.
But it's there's a little bit more detail on a term loan. There's a lot more qualifications where you're looking at down payments and collateral. So it's a little bit more difficult, and it goes through underwriting, but it does happen. So
Okay.
people need money to grow their business, and that's what we're there to help them do.
And this company is very well-rounded. Another thing that they offer is they do web design, and they'll do SEO for you.
We do website design development. We can take you anywhere from a basic 2-3 page website up to 100 pages with a shopping cart, e-commerce, anything you need to do. We have very talented people. A lot of them came from GoDaddy, and they are so
Oh,
smart.
wow.
They can create. The difference between us, if you're taking a website with us, is that if for any reason you leave us, that's your website. Unlike our competition where you can't take your website. So there's a big difference there.
Okay.
So for $1,000 you can get up and running, or you can spend $30,000 depending on what your needs are, but they're phenomenal.
Yeah, and I think that, like, for me, right, personally, like an SEO for me would be more than it would be for, like, maybe a tire person. Because,
absolutely.
Because
At
the
different
keywords for
markets.
me,
Absolutely.
everybody's a realtor, everybody wants the SEO to drive the traffic to them. So, of course, price is determined upon what your business is. So that's something to keep in mind. Another service that you guys have a lot of services. So another service that you guys offer is you said something like computer
We do managed
support?
technology. So if you have a company that has 10 desktop computers, somebody there is setting up the system. If you have a server, so we can go in and we can be your managed IT. You can give us the whole thing and we can set you up from software, servers, anything that you need. We can help you install the equipment and take care of it. Or if you have already have an IT person, we can come in and help them. Like a lot of companies have this help desk, and it's time consuming and it's expensive. So we can come in and be their help desk for them.
Okay.
So we can take that away from them, so they don't have to do that. So, and there's so much involved. I mean, we have data centers. I think we have 4 data centers throughout the country.
Oh, wow. So that's like secure data centers.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of money in data centers, people. A lot of money in data centers.
And then we can help you with cybersecurity.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We're an insurance broker in the country. We're licensed.
What kind of insurance are you selling?
Commercial or personal.
So give me an example.
I don't do that in the group because we have other people doing it, but
when they show up. Just kidding.
We-
I'm sorry. It was just a joke.
we're commercial or personal.
That's how we'll know if they listen.
We are in all 50 states, and what we do, we only work with AAA rated companies. So I'm working on a campaign now for garage keeper liability insurance. It's very expensive.
Garage keeper liability. What's that?
Garages for Amco, Meineke, they all
Oh,
have
okay.
a garage. Any gas station that has a garage needs to have that in order to have their license.
But that's a commercial.
That's commercial. We just introduced on the personal end pet insurance. So if anybody has a
What does that
pet,
typically cost?
I have it, and I'm getting a price right now through Newtek. Right now I'm paying about $50 a month for my pet, but
Through
I'm
a different
hoping-
company.
Through a different company, and I'm
Okay.
hoping I'm going to get a more robust policy through Newtek right now.
Okay.
So we do.
A bank, or it's an overall business product?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Originally, it was an overall business product, and then what it became was a bank.
We have all of those, and now we have the bank. We've added on to our list of services that we have. So we do personal, home and auto, and then any kind of commercial liability, business owner policy, cyber insurance. So we can do it all. And
Which
the
is a
nice
big
thing
deal,
is we
too.
job it out to make sure we get the best rates, and then we do quotes, and they're free. Doesn't cost anything to find out.
You know, do you guys do though? Where, like, give me an example, like a title company sends out like a secure email. Mm-hmm. Is that what you guys do? You do that too for companies? Because now they're saying, like, when you send out an email and you have somebody's confidential information, it needs to be secure before it's being open. Is that something you set up, those kind of systems for people?
It's all part of the technology that you have. I mean, we have we worked on a promotion when a lot of companies were getting hacked. We did a big promotion where we can come in and do a site assessment to see if there's any vulnerabilities in your site, in your data center.
Which years ago you had brought up about people not having secure websites.
Correct.
And what liability does that open up to people?
It could be a mess.
Stealing your whole entire...
People can take your website and just change one thing, and when their customers are looking for them, they go to their competition. It happens all the time, so if your site isn't secured, you're vulnerable. And there are people out there who do nothing but try to steal things and steal information. And your website, your customer base are your most important tools. So you want to make sure that you're covered and that you have the correct securities. And it's very technical, but I can always get information if people are looking for how much detail you want to go into.
Yeah, Jill's great at really connecting people, and I know they have you kind of connecting throughout the entire company. How do you see insurance though there? Because I know you're not specifically working in it, so do you know anything about that? Because insurance is becoming very competitive and almost a nightmare.
We have certain states that we do very well in. We have certain states, like the state of Florida, I can't compete. Very, very seldom can I come up with enough of a difference where somebody will say, okay, I'm going to leave you and I'm going to go here.
Right.
It's an issue. We are always in touch with every division where we have these marketing meetings on what's new in the industry, what's the trend. So we go after certain markets that are in need. And we had one person with a garage keeper liability. He was paying $8,100. We did a quote. We got it down to $5,200. We got him better coverage for less money. No brainer.
So
and that's
basically,
what we do.
Jill, if people are wanting to just see how you guys can help them, what would be the best way for them to reach out to you?
They can call me and we can have a conversation. I'm very hands-on. When I get somebody who is in need, I will offer them what I think they need. I listen obviously to what they want, and then I make sure that everybody, because we have 5 or 6 different divisions, I make sure everybody follows up so they don't get lost in the system. I'm very hands-on. I make sure from beginning to end, and they can always call me 24/7 if they want to make sure the work gets done.
And what phone number could they call you
They
at?
can call me on my direct number, the 212-273-8282, and my cell phone is on my, either way, I can
Well,
reach
give it to
both.
them so that
my
they have
cell
it.
phone is 954-465-0061.
Yeah, Newtek was very lucky to find Jill, because I'm telling you what, they've got somebody who's really dedicated to making sure that she does the best job for them. So Newtek, you really are lucky to have her, in case you don't know. But the other thing I want to tell you guys, because we were talking about insurance, flood insurance is suspected to go up tremendously coming up. So if you live in a flood zone, watch out. And Citizens is going to make you have flood insurance whether you're in a flood zone or not coming soon. So we're going to get more information, probably get an insurance agent to come out to talk about that, but there's definitely things that we need to look forward to, especially as realtors, to make sure we educate our clients to make sure they're not making mistakes when purchasing a property. So you have so much information. I highly recommend people give her a call. We've got like 1 minute. We got about 1 minute left. If somebody wants to call and ask Jill any questions at the 888-994-4995. It's right on the back here too, so you can call us, or if you heard me on the radio. But if not, I want to thank you very much for coming out today. Guys, definitely get online, give her a call, Newtek, 5%. Like, you don't have to tie your money up. I mean, how are you going to beat that? And get 5% while your money's just sitting in your account. Again, Laura Saunders with Making Money with Laura. Give me a call, 954-650-0827. Let me make money for you, whether it's selling your house or buying a home. And if you're looking for my 0% Fix Your Home Up, give me a call. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you for tuning in for Making Money with Laura Saunders, a name you can trust. To join the conversation, call us at the studio, 888-994-4995 Studio A, or contact Laura directly at 954-650-0827. Laura Saunders, a name you can trust. We look forward to seeing you next week.